Right, so this video is about how to draw a realistic eye in 5 minutes. Please remember that your eye doesn't have, it has a corner. That this is now the left side of the face. Okay, yeah, it's a bit out of proportion, but never mind, that's not the point. The point is I just wanted to show which side of the face we're working on. The corner of the eye towards the nose is a little like a lemon shaped area. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of a mess here. I'm going to erase this construction line. Okay, your eye, basically the lid, the eyebrows, we're just doing light lines for now so that eventually we can get into the details. You've got a little lid the bottom of the eye, and then there's your iris, your pupil. No, your iris, and then here's your pupil. What makes the eye realistic in the end, what makes it look real, is the light reflections in it. Okay, fine, let's go a bit darker. I'm using a 6B, and then there's a little piece of flesh there. The bottom part of the eye also has, you can see the inner lid mostly. If you go and look at your face in the mirror, or you've got somebody near you that you can check on, then you could go and have a look and see that what can you see in the eye. Okay, let's make a little spot of light in the pupil. Remember that the eye itself, the colors and all of that part of it, is a muscle, and the pupil is basically like a camera lens. It is an opening in the iris where that sort of flickers when you look at something, and it obviously, you should know that it contracts when the light is sharper, and it expands when the light is darker in order to let in more light. Am I obscuring the camera here? Okay. There are the muscles of the iris. The rim of the iris is a bit darker as well. At this point in time, you're going to need more tools than the ones that I've stipulated in the first video to start shading a bit in order to get that realistic effect. The flesh here in the corner of the eye will also have a bit of a blank spot, and the ball of the eye is not just a blank white, it's got dimensions to it as well, which you have to reflect in order to make it look more realistic. That's where the lines that you overdrew there, that I overdrew, can become a little more blurry. And then you also, the eyelid itself, you can start shading a bit. Just want to make it a bit darker. Now it's looking a bit spooky at this point in time. Don't worry, it'll rectify itself. See, already it's starting to look. This is a tool that you can get at any stationery shop. It's specifically a shading tool. It doesn't have a nib or a point or anything. It's just a plain, the whole material like this is at the tip here as well. Get this here right, and I want to do the eyebrows a bit. Obviously eyebrows are hairy, so we make them hairy. I mean, eyebrows are so individual, so you could basically do your own thing here and it will still be okay. Remember also your pencil always sharp, because you can use the side of the pencil, the flat side, or you can use the tip where you need to make sharper lines. Just for the sake of creating the more realistic effect, here you go. I'm going to try something which I haven't tried before, but it may not work, so bear with me if it doesn't work. Also, at the same time, remember we've been talking about observing your object or your subject or whatever while you are drawing. So if you don't have anybody else that you can use as a subject, then go and look at the mirror. They'll have a mirror near to you. I always have little hand mirrors that I can use if I need to observe something about my own features in order to draw it. So keep it nearby because it does come in handy. Right. Okay, now we're going to draw the eyelashes. Don't try and draw them straight, because then they, like this, then they look kind of stiff and spiky and all that. And also the bottom part of the eyelash is a bit more lush than the tip, and it goes curvy. So it's like a flick of the wrist that you've got to use. And you could go over it several times in order to get that thicker look at the bottom. And they tend to go smaller as you go towards the central part, and at the edge is a little more. Put down the pencil a bit harder here to get it darker at the bottom. Okay, and here it's very sparse. And then the bottom of the eye, similar kind of thing, but the bottom lashes are usually shorter and a little sparser, not as thick as the top ones, otherwise the eye is going to look like a spider. And the eye rim of the iris is also a little darker. If you look there, make it too dark. Remember also always that dark outlines make something look flatter. Just a bit. And then sparse it towards the center of the face. Okay, this is the thing I haven't tried before, and I'm going to try now, is a white pencil and insert it a bit here and there, but this one, it seems to be going like more like off-white kind of color. It doesn't seem to get the proper shades that I want from it, the lighter shade. Yeah, it's not really working. I think maybe if you've got the same problem, that maybe you should try using pastel, soft pastel, and instead of this, because it seems to be just smudging and not actually putting the white down. It seems to be putting down a bit of white. We are basically done. That went quick. Want that. Okay, there with the contrast, it creates a nice vivid eye. There we go. It's a bit over large. I think I could have made the eyelid a bit lower. It seems to expose too much of the pupil, or the iris at least. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that and that you're going to be drawing realistic eyes all over everywhere.